Motown. We've all got familiarity with Motown. The greatest studio not in California or New York. Motown is a fantastic example of Michigan music. And a little tidbit that a lot of people don't realize, the band that's been on more #1 hits than any other band, the Funk Brothers, not the Beatles. The Funk Brothers were the house band of Motown. And the band we've got coming up for you now, well, they haven't got any #1 hits yet, but hang on tight, because they might soon. We've got Citrus Orange coming right up, right here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hunter Bars, and we are Citrus Orange. Welcome to Michigan Music Venture. We are shooting this in Lachine Machine Sound Studios. This is the place that we record all of our music. And yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Let's begin. Michigan Music Ventures, everyone.
Good afternoon and welcome back, everybody. I am Chaz Anthony, your host of the Michigan Music Venture, and I'm sitting here right now with Citrus Orange. They're a fantastic young act out of Alpena, Michigan. Got a whole lot going on, and we thought we'd bring them in here so you'd get a chance to get familiar with them and see what they've got to tell you. So starting with that as a background, guys, tell me a little bit about yourselves. Who are you, and what are you to the band?
My name's Mason, and I play the bass.
I'm Hunter Bars. I am the singer, guitar player, and the lyric writer.
Yeah, I'm Avery Baroni. I play drums, and I play drums.
Oh, very good. Very good, guys. How long have you been
spirit.
playing together?
We've been playing for about 4 years, just kind of nonchalantly. It wasn't until about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, that we started really taking it seriously and trying our best to do something with our music.
Doubling down.
Fantastic. What kind of response do you tend to get from your audiences?
They never see it coming.
They never see it coming. I like that. I like that.
Every place we play at, like we've gotten the comment of, we thought that you guys were like the little brothers of the real band, just setting up their equipment for them so they didn't have to go on stage just yet. And then we get on stage and we do our things and we jump around and we make asses of ourselves. And nobody ever sees it coming.
Nobody ever sees it coming.
Chaos.
Nobody ever sees it coming, eh?
No.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. How do people find you? How do people find your music?
Well, we are on any platform at the moment. We primarily post, as far as social media wise, we primarily post on Instagram and Facebook every once in a while. But to find our music, it's just any platform. Spotify, we're on Amazon Music.
We on it.
YouTube, anything.
iTunes, all the streaming services. Very good.
Deezer, if you for some
Yeah,
reason use
Tidal.
Deezer.
That's a new one for me. I like to think I know some of this stuff, but apparently I don't. That's great, guys. That's great. And anything new or exciting coming along those lines?
Well, we recorded this little doohickey with this crazy old man in his basement. I don't know if you know him. His name is Charlie Ancina, and with Lachine Machine Sound Studios. The track is called "How Do You Do," and we are going to be releasing it in just about 6 days, along with our first ever attempt at a music video that we shot homemade on his iPhone.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And just out of curiosity, is there any truth to the rumor that one of you is dating a horse? What is this going on?
Dating a horse.
Well, I mean, I'm in love with him, and he's the horseman. So
So there is something going on there.
I can't help
I
it.
hear rumors about the video, and I don't know what the video is. I guess they'll have to see it for themselves.
Yeah, the horseman.
April 26th.
April 26th.
April 26th.
Find out the story of the horseman.
And all video services.
Do you guys get much time playing out live? Where do you tend to play?
Well, up until last year, we never really made it past Alpena. We've just kind of been around the area. But we started getting in the mid-Michigan areas, Saginaw, Bay City. Just this past month, we made it to Detroit, and it's looking like we're going to be heading back down in that area soon.
Very good.
And all around, we're looking to get right out of Michigan. We're climbing the ladder, and we're going further. We're not stopping.
Where does the ladder lead for you?
That's a good question.
Right now, I mean, we have Grand Rapids scheduled for June 22nd.
24th.
We have
24th.
24th. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad, 24th. There's a lot of dates going through my head. May 6th, we're playing with Rehab down in Saginaw at Hamilton
Saginaw
Street Pub.
Saginaw Awesome
Yep,
Fest.
Saginaw Awesome Fest.
Gonna be a blast.
We got a tour possibly in the works. Nothing set in stone, so I won't go and say too much on it. But possibly something working with that all through Michigan for 2 weeks or so straight. So
Fabulous.
Osco to Rockfest.
Great.
yep,
Yeah, let's go to Rockfest.
We're playing
Big
with.
shout out to Bob.
Yep, we're playing with Saving Abel.
You played there last year too, didn't you?
We did. That's actually where everything kind of kicked off for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that was a success.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
It was
It was.
the
It is.
reason that we made it out of Alpena.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot, guys. Why do people want to see you?
See us? Oh, we're
I don't
crazy,
know.
man.
We're batshit insane.
That does make for a
a great quote I heard all the time growing up is you never went to a Guns N' Roses concert to hear Guns N' Roses. You went to a Guns N' Roses concert to see what Axl Rose was going to do that night. And I like to think in some ways we're similar in that sense. Maybe not as crazy, but bringing back some of that spirit of
Some of
just
that.
a show on stage. It's not just about the music, though we do put a lot of heart and soul in that. It's about what can we give the crowd as a performance? It's a whole.
It's a show. It's a rock show.
Right, it's a collective thing. People don't just go to see music. You have to put on a show.
And from like
We're gonna put on a show.
from day one, we've been all about originality. Not only with the music, not only making songs that stand out amongst everyone else, but a show too. You know, we go to concerts all around the area, and you know, not that they're bad at what they do, they're not. but they kind of stand in one place and they play their instrument, and it's great.
They sound
But
good, you know?
I'm going to a concert to see something that nobody's ever seen before. So every show we go and we do something that we think that nobody else around the area has ever done before.
Yep.
Is
And
that
we
what
go
we're
to
gonna do?
various national rock concerts, just go check out, see what their show's like, you know, see the energy, get inspired by them, and then...
The energy.
Yes.
It's good you go there. I always think of music as a transfer of energy. And
yeah.
so you guys seem to have a lot of energy and
bounce
excited
vibes.
to transfer it. That's fantastic. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
for sure.
Also, I saw Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses with Metallica back at the Silverdome. And they came to the stage 3.5 hours late. So hopefully we can leave that out.
Yeah, that's not part of the stage show. That's
We're not that.
Very good.
We just want to be provocative. We want to get the people thinking.
Fair enough.
Get 'em jumping around.
That'll work. That'll work for you. 3.5 hours late, you'll find probably one.
yeah, they'll be tired, you know.
If you could tell your audience anything here today, what would you want them to know?
Zesty Crew for life.
Yeah, I don't know.
No slogan.
No, well, yeah, it's just more than anything. Like the fan base to us is so much more than just people that listen to our music. We like to incorporate the fans with everything, whether it be just a simple post on the Instagram, whether it be pulling people on the stage to dance with us. The Zesty Crew, what we're gonna call them, is it's a family to us.
Yeah.
It's more than just the 3 kids. Sure, that's probably what they're watching, but it's more than
They're all
that.
there together.
The crew is it's the family that comes together
Gotcha.
when we play, when we do things.
The crew gets together.
Zesty Crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Right.
guys as
Right.
family fans?
Correct.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You guys have a full concept, which is actually very refreshing to see, and it's nice to see the way you're working it.
Thank you.
If there was one last thing that I would ask you, and where are you going to go with it? What do you want to do?
I want to be in venues all around the country.
Yeah.
I want to be in venues across the ocean and travel the world.
I want to see the world. I want to see the world, live my life on the road, have fun almost every day, just going out and doing what I love and sharing that same experience that I get when I go to concerts with other people. When I went and saw Bad Flower go play live, it was out of this world. Like, it was an experience I've never experienced before.
Yeah, I want to make people feel like I feel
I wanna-
going to a concert.
Exactly. I want to give that feeling to other people.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. I got nothing else for you guys right now. We will be having some segments of them playing some tunes live. Hope you'll be there to enjoy those as well. Guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to
Yeah,
come
you
in.
so much for
so
having
much,
us.
man.
Music
Yeah.
Ventures. I suspect before it's all said and done, we'll end up having you back.
I
Thank
can't
you
wait.
so much.
I can't wait. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
gonna
very
be a
much,
blast.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Great day, and good luck with everything you're doing.
Hey, thank you
thank
so
you
much,
too,
man.
man.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. It's my pleasure. And with that, I'm Chaz Anthony of Michigan Music Ventures. Thanks for tuning in.
If I could, I wouldn't want to see you so down in the dumps, see you so downright abused by the only one you love. It don't feel right when you have given everything and they still look you in the eye to tell you if I can, I wouldn't ever have to let you down. What do you know? What do you know? And if I can, I wouldn't even have to make a sound. What do you say? How do you do? I am so tired of going through this. You always say that things will change, but those feelings have remained since the very moment that I met you. What the hell is wrong with me? Taking me for granted, and yet I don't want to leave, 'cause I'm terrified. Oh no, no, if I can, I wouldn't ever have to let you down.
And that was Citrus Orange with How Do You Do, their latest release on Opiate Records. Guys, fantastic tune. Thank you so much for playing it. I appreciate it very much. Tell me a little bit about the song. How long ago did you record it?
Well, I was in the studio last week.
So it's pretty fresh.
Oh, it's very fresh. It's we spent the last 6 weeks working on it.
Well, it sounds fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you guys coming in and doing that one for us.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you ended up on the guitar, you ended up on the bass, and you ended up on the drums.
Well, he taught me guitar. He was originally going to be the guitar player and the singer.
You wanted it all.
Yeah. But he ended up taking one for the team, moving to the bass because I really was adamant on I didn't want to play the bass, and he was like cool with it. He's got the groove, and he was still gonna plan on singing. It was until the first practice. He's a great frontman. He's got the energy, but that's how we learned to capture it. I ended up being the singer just because I could kind of squeak out a note. And we added him as like, when I'm glued to the mic and when I'm, I can't really do a lot of moving, he's the one who's flailing like a chicken with his head cut off.
We were playing back and forth off of each other.
So he can have that frontman personality that he wanted from the beginning, well, that he's really good at having from the beginning, and put it out there whilst me still being able to do the singing and the guitar playing and the stuff like that.
Gotcha. And so you taught him to play guitar. And now you're playing bass. Did you know how to play bass when you taught him how to play guitar, or did you have to learn it?
No, I had no idea what I was doing when I picked up the bass. When we started practicing for the first time at Avery's house, he had an Ibanez, so I picked that up and played it. And I don't know, we got together in late summer, and that Christmas I asked my parents for a bass, and they got me a little Squire P bass, and I just started practicing. I played tenor sax in high school band, so it kind of already taught me how to play a more bass, what's the word?
Oriented?
Yeah, yeah, thank you. But yeah, I just picked it up, and playing with a drummer, that's the biggest thing that helped me become a good bass player, is because you just learn to lock into your drummer. And already knowing how to play guitar, I knew the root notes of most of my chords, I knew my scales, so that part was easy. It was just how does this instrument fit into the band?
Gotcha. All right, la batteur, French for the drummer. How did you end up being drums?
So how I ended up playing drums is, for some reason when I was like a little kid, I just really wanted to play guitar. I really, really, really wanted to play guitar. Like, always like, everybody wants to be the guitar player. And but I was a kid. I was like 6 or 7, and I would just like strum it in the basement. But I had the rhythm on the guitar. I couldn't play anything. I didn't have the fingers or anything like that for it. And a couple years went by. I met a friend of mine in high school, and he played guitar. He was really good, and I was like, well, shoot, my dad plays drums. My uncle plays drums. Or sorry, not my uncle. My cousin plays drums. And I got a drum set at my house. Like, why don't I learn how to play drums? And so, I got almost like a hyper focus like on the drums. I just kind of fell in love with them. I was playing every song I could like possibly even think about playing on the drums. At first, I was going through like real easy basic songs, and just anything I could play along to, I was playing it like for just hours on end. It was almost like an obsession. And almost. And then I found this guy on the old Snapchat. I don't even know how I found him.
And at that point, Mason had already taught him how to play a guitar.
Yep. Yeah. Just like the root note. It was like chords and like
acoustic melodies.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, I found him on
Tom Petty.
I was a big Tom.
Straight up, yeah. Our first show, actually.
That's probably what I was playing in the video that he saw.
It probably was.
That's what I learned how to play on, was like the acoustic Pearl Jam songs and almost any Tom Petty song that you could think of.
Gotcha. And it all came together nicely. You guys sound fantastic with the How Do You Do. And with that, guys, we're going to cut to Alone. It's going to be their next track to come out after How Do You Do. Give it a listen and let us know what you think.
I'm not coming in with the monitors. What does it all mean? It means I'm alone. Thinking back to all those memories of childhood was simply too young to comprehend the realities of the world. That blissful ignorance still reminds me the face of that girl. But if all those points align, it's time to cut the ties, break free from those changes and pay them no mind. Yes, I know, what does it all mean? It means I'm alone. No, what does it all mean? It means we're all parasites, terrified, sterilized, venting the guilty, pain on mine. Those who died, still alive. Deep down we're all guilty. The lies we talk, the lies we preach, the lies that surround us that taught me to think. I let them out, the horny scream. I yell to myself, what the hell does it mean? What does it all mean? It means I'm alone. What does it all mean? Man, it means I'm alone. Love. What does it all mean? Man, it means I'm alone. Alone, alone, alone.
Really like that new track, guys. That was fantastic. That was Alone, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed that one as much as I did. Where'd you get the inspiration for that with the pedal and the squeal and stuff? Really interesting.
Well, I'm a really big fan of the band Cleopatra, and
Okay.
they've kind of brought a new sound to the table that's kind of almost like a blues. It's like modern blues, gritty, and I wanted to do something kind of my own variation of that.
Gotcha.
We're all big blues fans, and we just kind of wanted to try something way different. I play a lot of power chords in my songs, so I wanted to try to make something a little more picky, a little more stand out, a little something that, a little
A riffy. Like,
sea urchin in the desert.
Well, I think you did a fantastic job.
Oh,
I really
thank you.
liked that number. You guys have a lot of original music?
Oh yes.
Some gets worked, some doesn't.
Yeah, it's we have some of it cycles through.
Any writer's block issues? Does it come to you pretty easily?
It comes and goes.
It
comes in waves. I will go a solid month and I will have nothing new, like nothing at all. Like it's the same thing, and then I'll hit a week period where I crank out like 5 goddamn songs, like just really, really good, really proud of them, and then I'll go right back to having no ideas. It like charges up.
How long have you been writing songs?
Since we started, so about 3-4 years I've been
Since
writing
like 15,
music.
14,
Yeah.
15.
14, 15.
An hour and a half of original material?
Oh yeah.
Getting there?
I would
yeah.
say if we were willing to play every song
Like-
we ever wrote, we're probably at 3 or 3.5 with all the ones that we don't remember.
Really, that's fantastic.
But
That's
I've
fantastic.
We've had songs that we have practiced for days that I don't even remember how it goes anymore.
But then if we get into
that way it's there for
Yeah.
you to go back to. You
No,
might
I
wanna
do.
go back to it.
I do that now, but I didn't.
we didn't have
do
those.
that back in the day.
We were young
and it's
and
lost to the ether.
Yeah.
You found again, and then suddenly the riff comes back to you 15 years.
yeah, and then we're like everybody locks right back
When
in.
we first formed, we wanted to release an EP called Ollie, based after a song that we wrote called Ollie because we liked it so much. I could not tell you a single note, a single word, a single anything from the song Ollie.
We played it live.
Except for the title. We played it live.
Yeah. Like if
There could be footage out there somewhere.
Yeah, there might be a video somewhere. Yeah. If anybody has a video of Ollie from 2017.
It was named after his cat.
One of the things that I had caught that you guys had mentioned was that you have your first video that you just filmed recently for How Do You Do? Plans for a loan? Plans for OL? Video plans?
Well, I'm not too sure yet.
Okay.
I don't even know if we're for sure going to go full send and release that one. That might just be like a live exclusive kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But as far as Alone, absolutely. I don't know if we're going to do full on music video like we did this time, or if we're going to do something a little more, just something to show our energy on stage, like get a bunch of people into our basement and then have the main focus now to actually be on the concert in the basement, but have like the lyrics, because I'm really proud of the lyricism I did in Alone. Easily my favorite as far as lyrics go.
Okay.
And doing stuff like that. Like just do something. I don't want to just release tracks and just have it,
black
visualizers anymore. I think we did really good with How Do You Do? And to say I'm inspired to do that for every song moving forward is such an understatement.
And it just proves to ourselves
That's fantastic.
that
It really
we can
is.
do it.
It's nice to see people pursuing their creative sides. There's not enough of it. I'm a firm believer that real musicians and real instruments are making a huge comeback, and that you guys are riding that wave.
Yeah.
With that,
100%.
I don't know if you folks caught that, but this is going to be a live exclusive, possibly never released of Oh Well.
Possibly.
That's coming up right now. Take it away, guys.
Will do.
It don't feel that long ago. Way back in our class, the faces passed, but not one I could love. 'Cause there I saw you across the way with your brown eyes, gentle smile, staring right back at me. It's like I just smile. Oh well, I think about you all the time. Think about you day and night, and I hope this finds you well. 'Cause every day, every way, you're on my mind like all the time. Now, oh my God, it's real. You seem to see what I wanted to. Come on. Down onto the ground, what a simple place for you and me. Oh my God, I just thought about when you're around. It's the only time I'm free. It's like I just felt, oh well, think about you all the time. Think about you day and night, and I hope this finds you well. Every day, every way, you're on my mind like all the time.
a classic Michigan album. Michigan music, it's what we're all about. Those Citrus Orange guys really brought it. Hope you enjoyed that. Next up, we have On My Person. On My Person's a band from the Alpena area. They're fresh, they're new, and they're right here for you on the Michigan Music Venture. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again for tuning in to Michigan Music Ventures. I'm your host, Chaz Anthony, and I'm here today with Noah Kint from On My Person, another fantastic band from up in the northern Michigan area. Northern Michigan, Noah, kind of goes together, doesn't it, folks? Noah, where's the rest of your band?
They had to take care of some things.
They had to take care of some things, camera shy.
Yeah.
You don't have that camera shy issue, eh?
No.
On My Person, how did that name get originated?
We had accrued about 100 band names through, band practices and chatting with each other. Like, oh, that would make a great band name. That would make a great band name. Door Frame, that would be a great band name. And it was March, and then somebody at the studio we were recording at was really pushing us to have a band name. And then we made a March Madness bracket, and then objectively went through each single name, and then On My Person made it out. It was either going to be that or Nightberry.
Or Nightberry, hey? Interesting. You have a song now called Nightberry, I think,
do.
too. So
Yep.
apparently you can't let go of that name quite yet.
No, they're all for us, so.
Fair enough. So tell me a little bit about the kind of music you guys play. How would you describe it if you're forced to?
Gun to my head.
I'm sorry?
I said gun to my head.
Well, let's try to avoid that, but
Okay.
pretend if you must.
For me, I write all my songs on acoustic guitar, and so there's some sort of singer-songwriter element to it, and whenever I write a song, I do like a verse, chorus sort of structure, and then flesh everything out. So it kind of goes from like folk to punk when it gets to the full band format, but then it just depends on what the flavor of the day is.
From the way you said that, I take it you're the main songwriter in the band.
Mm-hmm.
What instrument do you play?
I play bass and I sing.
You sing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other players in the band, what are the guitars, bass, drums?
So Devin here, he plays guitar, and he's a total shredder. And then Brett plays drums, and so he's also a total shredder. I don't want to leave him out, but he, three pieces are deadly combination. So
Power trio.
Yep.
And how long have you guys been playing together?
Probably like 9 months or something like that.
9 months, okay. If people wanted to find your music, where would you steer them?
Any streaming platform for On My Person.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
You have new releases coming out anytime soon?
Yep, they are in, what would you say, countdown phase.
Countdown phase. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. And if I remember correctly, you had mentioned that as they come out, you're going to be starting to make appearances locally and seeing what else you can book, correct?
Yeah, we
Very
hope
good.
to.
Very good. If you had to describe what the dynamic was of the band, what would you put for a description as?
The dynamic?
The dynamic of the band.
Well, I would say it's like a holy trinity.
A holy trinity.
And so, I am like I'll say I'm like the producer, I'm like a plant. I just like can self-sustain, and I use the sun and energy comes to me, and like, so I don't need other people, but like where it's helpful is Brett is a little more of like a collector and observer in nature,
Okay.
so he can help sort of rough the edges out, maybe where I can't because I want to just like make stuff. And so I'm more big picture, he's a little more, finer details. And then Devin is just, a virtuoso, he can shred the guitar, and that makes it a lot easier for me because although I can think of things I want to play, my ability isn't so, in the same light. So I think in that way we sort of have like the the guy who makes the stuff, the guy who sort of polishes it up, and the guy who can really take it to another level. So
I see. On My Person, very interesting name, and a great way for you guys to have come up with it. I like that a lot. I know we're going to have 3 songs that you guys do today. It's going to be Whoa, Fine by Me, and Nightberry. Interesting also that was one of your band names that you ended up turning into a song. Where do you get the inspiration for a lot of your music?
Well, the inspiration for a lot of my music. I think inspiration, one of my friends told me inspiration is like owning a bodega. Like you open it every day, you know, but you might not have a lot of business one day, maybe for like a week, but all of a sudden you'll have a lot of business one day. But the whole thing is keeping the bodega open. And so if you look at it like that, you know, as long as you're open to creativity, it'll always come to you. You just have to take advantage of the times when it's calling.
Gotcha. How long have you been writing songs?
Probably since I've been like 15, so 11 years now.
So 26.
I'm 26.
Yeah, okay, very good. Your first track today is going to be a song called Whoa, correct? All right, anything you want to tell us about it before we get to see you play?
LOL.
Well, laugh out loud. With that, folks, we're going to cut to On My Person. And that was Whoa with On My Person. Fantastic song. No, I really enjoyed it. Tell me, where do you get the inspiration and or who has, I don't know how to phrase it per se, but who has helped to shape you musically?
Well, what influences my music is, you know, I think for me, I want to write the songs I want to hear. That's the most important thing. So if it's not meeting my standards, you know, that's a huge influence, I would say. Or maybe influence isn't the right word, but it's a huge way of how I'm going to think about the final output of a song.
I see.
As far as people who influence me, or have influenced my style, there's a lot of bands, probably too many to name, but I'll name a few. Like the Weaker Thans are one of my favorite bands. They're from Winnipeg, Canada, and they're great. And I like a band called Lifter Puller from Minnesota, and he's also in a band called The Hold Steady. But he's one of my favorite writers of all time. And, you know, classics, I like Nirvana, I like the Beatles, I like, you know, and Bob Dylan, I like everybody, you know. I don't think there's too many people I don't like. But, you know, you kind of pick and choose a little here from there, you know. It's like spices. There's so many options, you know. You don't want to throw like a bunch of cumin on something, you know. It just would taste horrible. So you want to mix it up with a little bit of all these other flavors, and you'll get something good.
I gotcha. Sure. What about Brett? What about Devin? Some of their influences.
Well, I mean, Devin here is, I mean, he, I mean, we're both from northern Michigan, so we kind of grew up with like the classic rock influences, all of us. I mean, we played hockey, whatever was playing in the locker rooms, but I think at junior high and high school, you start to veer off, you know? Yeah, I know Devin likes bands like, I'm gonna screw up the name, Parquet Courts. Is that a band name? Does anybody know?
That sounds right.
Parquet Courts.
Parquet.
And I know he likes a lot of the same music I do. I mean, we both grew up with like grunge and stuff being like huge influences on us. We were in a band in high school for a little bit, and we'd play, you know, like Sublime covers and Green Day and all that stuff. I think Brett has definitely a broader taste in music in general. Like I said, he's more of a collector. So there's always somebody in a friend group who is like, oh, you should check this band out, check this out. Or I'm listening to something and I'm just like, what is this? You know what I mean? He's always the person who's done that for me. And so I couldn't even name them, but if you go on to like the mathcore and index on Facebook, I'm sure to find any obscure math rock band, he probably knows all about them, you know. And so he just likes, Brett likes all types of music, you know, and yeah, math rock, he likes, I mean, like mathcore, he likes the heavier stuff. I like the heavier stuff, just so many influences, you know, but nothing's off the table.
Very good, very good. And speaking of off the table, your next track, it's off the charts. It's fantastic. It's a song called Fine By Me, and we've got On My Person coming up with Fine By Me next, right here on Michigan Music Ventures.
Song's all fine by me. Maggie's got a septum piercing mixed with all these mixed feelings. Toward the boy whose name is mine, now mine. Difference between writing cursive and speaking Spanish. The R's are hard, but the J's are easy. Cause with the tongue in mutter meaning. She's fine by me, but I'm not by her. But I'm not by her. She's fine by me, but I'm not by her. But I'm not by her. Maggie likes to see from green to the copper rooftops to Liscon, yeah. Illuminate the Belgium borderline. Here cracks the man of the low-lit plaza. Master of shrink on shallow pool, both exciting and irreverent. Thanks to me, but not to you. She's fine by me, but I'm not by her. But I'm not by her. She's fine by me, but I'm not by her. But I'm not by her. She's fine by me, but I'm not by her. I'm not by her. She's fine by me.
Me with On My Person, and I'm here now with Noah Kint. And before we get to his next track, Nightberry, I'd like to cover a couple more things with him. One of them would be, Noah, influences we've talked about, but for example, your vocal stylings, is there anybody that's helped to shape that locally, or is there anything that in the course of time you feel like has helped to shape it?
Yeah. You know, when I was a kid, like 14, 15, a lot of the bands I was listening to, they were like screaming, you know? So I tried to emulate something like that. But as you grow, you know, you get lazy and you try to do stuff that's a little more comfortable. And so, not to say that my vocals are lazy, but I take influence from a guy named John K. Sampson. He's more of like a talk singer, even like Johnny Cash, you know, local people. I mean, there were bands where I was growing up that were like, I wouldn't say it's so much like their vocal style, but their, just their energy, what they brought to a show was huge, you know, so that would have been like the Hubies. There's a band right now called Citrus Orange, which is pretty cool. They're interesting to watch because it's like jumping in a time machine for me because, you know, they're...
Forward or back?
Well, backwards, yeah, because they're younger than me, you know. But just to see where they're at and how much popularity they have right now and where they're going, they have a lot of potential, so it's cool to see. Other local bands, I mean, not from Alpena necessarily, but just in Michigan, I mean, did I say Murder Party already? I think I said the Hubies. Murder Party is like an extension of the Hubies, but actually in this building, I believe on the other side, there was a venue called The Attic, and they had a bunch of metal bands play that were so sick. I mean, there's this band called Arbiter, and that was like one of the first hardcore shows I saw, and that was insane. So, and I was 15, and I was clinging to a wall for dear life, and then, you know, the next show you kind of like test the waters a little bit, and stick your toes in, and then it's, so yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I had venues growing up in Alpena because, like DIY venues, I suppose, because it gave my band an opportunity to grow, and it gave a lot of kids a place to go, you know, on a Wednesday night, a Friday night, you know, where otherwise they'd be up to no good.
And what venues are we going to find On My Person in?
Whatever ones will take us. I'm hoping just to play the kind of shows I want to play. And so I'd like to play more intimate settings, maybe like, I don't know. Let's just make a call to any person who has a kitchen or a basement or a bathroom who wants a band to play in there. We'll play it for you. Weddings, bar mitzvahs.
I know the perfect bathroom for you, Noah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There's the one at the Woody's restaurant I really like.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've been there.
It's good. Crab rangoon pizza.
Nice, nice. I'm a bit of a pizza fan myself.
You?
I know it's surprising, but it's true, yeah. Pizza. Is there anything else you'd like to convey to the audience?
Yeah. I hope you listen to our music, and thanks for watching me murder this interview.
And there it is, folks. With that, this is Noah Kint. You're going to check out On My Person with Nightberry next. That was the name the band rejected to be able to give it to this song. Hope you enjoy it. This is Chaz Anthony, and you've been watching Michigan Music Ventures.
Ooh. You know, after a few technical difficulties in 2 songs, I like to refresh myself with a nice First Press Pale Ale, exclusively sold at Noise and Toys. Oh yeah, please. Excuse me. dead to rights. At dawn we strike, I'll find you. Poor Moo. You grow if you wanna grow. I could live without it. My hope is with a little rope. I'll bring it to the mountain. You work the wood, I'll build a fountain. Flip our coins before we drown 'em. Rent our heads like rooms inside 'em. I do some dealing. I go to college. 6 more years, 1,000 tears, I'm promised. I've been evaded by expiration. Cancel plans, mess with my hands, elated. I made it. I know you like a literal, and I like to talk around it. But my hope, if I'm literal, I'll bring it to the mountain. Work the wood, I'll build a fountain. Flip our coins before we drown 'em. Rent our heads like rooms inside 'em. I could write a book about it, base my Marvel movie on it. Instead of doing something honest, sell my gold and soul for profit. Lazy and loafing, cranky self-loathing. It sucks to suck. I think I'm fucked. I blew it. I knew it. Art show, a beach in Kokomo, a little Tarantino. No hopes, you and the little rope. I'll take it to the fountain. Peek before we hit the mountain. Flip a coin to solve our problem. 26, so what's my option? I could write a book about it, base a Marvel movie on it. Instead of doing something honest, sell my gold and soul